Hey everyone, welcome back. So we're going to continue on with our drink stick box container crafting. And what I thought we would do today is just make some flips. So when you cut your box, here, let me grab one. When you cut the tops off your boxes and you open them up, then you have this little flap. Here, let me open it to show you. This little flap here, or depending on how you cut it, if you cut one of these little flaps smaller, then essentially you're left with this, which makes a really, really good flip. So what I thought we would do is use this and decorate it up to make like a little flip for the space journal that I'm going to make. So I have some of my papers here, and this is the papers that I've been using. So I like this pink, even though like our journal isn't really pink. I think I'm going to use this, which has a little bit of pink in it. And I'm going to do just like I did with the other video, if you saw that. I'm just going to completely cover it with glue stick. And I'm just going to plop it down. And then we'll cut it out. That just seems to be the easiest way. And I just have this book. It's just an old book that I found. And there's nothing wrong with it. And I could totally cut it up. But I was going through a ton of paper. Just using it for glue pages, so I thought I would just get a book. And then when I'm done with it, some of the pages that has the glue on it, it's not too bad. So I mean, really, I could just cut it apart and make sure I just kind of like cover over or cut out the glue parts, and I could still use the book. But that would be one of my tips for you if you use a lot of like glue stick or something. Get yourself a good glue book. I mean, it doesn't have to be a good book, but get yourself a book that you can use for gluing with like a ton of pages, and then you can just keep flipping through, and then once it gets, you know, gluey and stuff, then you would just move on to a different page. And it seems to be saving a ton of paper. All right, so I'm just smoothing it down just like we did yesterday. If you saw the video that I made, I'm not sure if this will go up with it being yesterday, but it was the last drink mix box that I made, so it was part 1. So this will be part 2, and then I know I said that I was only going to do like probably 2 videos. I think I'm probably going to do at least 3 because I do want to, you know, kind of do the obvious thing, which would be to make them into little miniature journals. I do want to make a bunch of those. I'm thinking about possibly doing some craft shows this fall. It's been a couple years since I've done some craft shows, so I'm thinking about maybe doing some of those this fall. And I thought that I could mass make a whole bunch of the little mini journals, because I know for my junk journal July journal, everybody really liked the miniature size. So I thought I could do a bunch of those and have some miniatures as well as some bigger ones. We'll see. All right, so I have more of this paper left over, so I'm just going to go ahead and cover the back with this as well, just to kind of use up the scrap of paper, and it'll you know, obviously it'll go with our theme. And I am being mindful, I do want to go over that fold line on both sides. That way it kind of reinforces it just a little bit. So I just want to make for sure that it's completely covered. Now, if your paper is like book page or it is directional or something like that, you know, you'll want to be more careful and put it on kind of like straight and make sure, you know, it's the right way. But for this, it doesn't matter. So I just kind of stuck it on there. And then again, I'm just going to cut it out. So tell me, have you guys used these drink stick boxes? If you buy the drink sticks, do you use them? What do you use them for? I know I did have someone comment and said that they used them to make some miniature journals, which we're going to do that for sure. But I'm curious to see what all have you made? Do you have other boxes that you make stuff into? I know I have a bunch of like different food boxes, like crackers and granola bars and things like that, that I usually make like journal covers with. I have those. And all I'm doing is kind of just like reinforcing that score line. But actually, what would make it easier is I grab my scoreboard, and instead of fighting with the score line, we just help it along. So anyways, so yeah, tell me in the comments what have you guys done with these boxes, and if you've not used these boxes, because maybe you don't buy drink sticks and things, what have you done with some of the other boxes? Or maybe you're new to junk journaling and you haven't I didn't let my glue dry long enough. You haven't tried any of the empty boxes. I know when I very first started, I saved a ton of boxes, but then I never really used them because it was kind of like, oh, I don't want to mess it up. I mean, it's just garbage. It's going in the garbage anyway, so what difference does it make if you mess it up? But that was my thing. I never wanted to mess it up, so a lot of the times I didn't do anything with it. So I ended up throwing them away after a while. But I've collected more. So one of these days I will maybe come on and do like a craft along journal using, some of the food boxes. Maybe I'll post it in advance and then everybody can get their box ready. I know I'm just a little bit off screen. I'm just cutting that edge that's kind of opening a little bit. I just cut this. And that way it's kind of not real goofed up. And then of course we'll ink this. So let me grab, I want to use the brown because I haven't used the brown too much in this journal. I usually use like the blues and stuff, but I want to kind of carry on with that like pinky kind of purple color. So I'm going to ink it in this one, and it is kind of like, it's kind of like a pinkish purple kind of color. So I'm going to do that. And that'll help hide any of our box that is still showing. All right. So the next thing we can do is now figure out how we're going to decorate it. It'll fold this way. So I just brought in my my box that has some of the different stuff in it. Okay, so I think what we'll do is just kind of add just like a little bit of maybe like a scrappy side pocket, and then on the inside I want to put a piece of paper so you can journal on. All right, so kind of like that. So we'll do that for that one, and then I'm gonna get a bigger piece to put on the back. Yeah, let's use this. And this is just a piece of envelope that we used when we bound the journal together. So I'm just going to kind of do that. And then, so this will go first. No, this will go first, and we'll glue that down. And then we'll put this on, and then we'll glue that down. Just put this piece here, so we can just put that on there to kind of decorate that up. And I'm just going to round the corners. Just on that one side there. Okay. Now when we glue it down, I lost the cap for my other glue. Oh, there it is. Okay. When we glue it down, we're going to glue it on this top little bitty part here, the whole back of it, and then this bottom part. So we're creating a pocket. All right, so like that, and then we'll figure out just where we want it. And you want to leave it away from the edge just a little bit, that way you have some room to pull it in and out. And then again, we'll do the same thing, just come so far up on this one, and then do the bottom, and then the whole back. Right, just like that. And then we'll go ahead and place this down. Just like that. So then I'm going to call that side done. And then you'll have a big pocket here that goes all the way down. And then you'll have a big pocket here that goes all the way down. And then once you flip it over, once it's on the page, we'll have this whole area, and this is the area that I want to just put some paper down so that you can journal on. So I'm just going to take this piece of coffee dyed paper, and I'm kind of just going to guesstimate what I need. Okay, so we're just going to do that. And then if you want to, just put like a little stamp at the bottom. Okay. Just try it on this page, make sure it's good. Just like that. Get rid of that stuff. And then let's bring in our journal. And figure out where we want to place this. Let's see. We've done something in that one already. Haven't done anything in this one yet. You can put it over top of a page like this. This is actually the perfect size. So maybe we'll just do that. So yeah, I like that there. All right, so I'm just going to glue it along this side here. And then when you stick it down, you just want to make for sure that you don't get it too close to that fold so it hinders opening. Where you want it. And make sure it's like all the way down, but again, not hindering that fold. Oops, it's not even stuck there. Okay, so I'm just gonna press it down nice and tight like that, and as you can see, it sticks up just a little bit, but that's, so you can see it sticks up just a little bit. That's what we want though, because in this instance, if you glue it down too close, it's not going to fold right. So just kind of go through and reinforce that fold just like that. So there is a flap and pocket that we made out of one of the boxes. So there's that. Let's make a couple of the little tabs. So I have two, and for this, I'm just going to turn them inside out because they're nice and brown already. So for me, I like that look. I don't want to change it. And now you can use one tab on your page, or you can do it double-sided and use two. Okay, sorry, I had to go check and see what my dog was barking at. All right, so what was I saying? Oh, you can have one tab per page if you want to, or you can double tab it, kind of like that. But I think one would be fine. So if we leave one, if we leave the one side cardboard, and then we do the other side a color, and then I want to do like an eyelet, and then we can hang something off of it. So that'll be cool. All right, so I'm just going to cover this, and you've seen me do it, so you know how to do it. So I'm going to cover this and I'll be right back. Okay, so I went ahead and I covered this on the one side with paper, and of course I inked around it, and I think it turned out really cute. It's got like half of the word on it, and then this side I left blank. So my thoughts for this side was I just want to put a number. So I thought we could do number 3. I don't know why, I just want to do that number. Okay, so I grab my black and my stamp block. So the nice thing about this is, you know, one side usually is a plain like cardboard color, or like, you know, with this one it was pink. So if you're doing something with that, you don't have to cover as much. If you like that look. If you don't like the look of cardboard, you know, then by all means cover it. But okay, so there you go, just a little 3 like that, and I think that looks good. And then I brought my eyelets, so I just have the little ones, and we're just gonna put a little eyelet in, and then that way later on when we go to finish it, if we decide we want to have some dangly, then we can. So I just have this one. It's kind of like a bluish green color, so it'll match good. And I have my crocodile, and I'm still not the greatest at using this thing, so hopefully it'll turn out okay. I'm just going to use the smallest the smallest hole. Hopefully my head isn't in the camera. And I just did it towards the top. And then I'll stick my eyelet in and smush it down. Okay, hopefully it worked. I don't know, I just always have an issue with it smushing it. It's almost like it doesn't smush it evenly. Maybe I just don't line it up evenly. Yeah, I don't know. It's in there. Maybe I'm doing it on the wrong side. I'm not sure. Anyways, that's what it looks like. I don't know, it's not turning out right. Maybe I'll just have to practice with it more. But for now, it's fine. I'm not going to take it out. Now what we can do is just go ahead and glue it down in our book. So let's find a spot. Any old spot, doesn't really matter. And I think I'm going to glue it to the back side. So I'm just going to glue it, I think, to that page. And I'll just use my art glitter glue and just run a small line across the side there. Kind of make sure it's even a little bit. Just like that. So you can see the number 3, and on this side you can see that element word, and that's all we're going to do for that. And then you can see it kind of peeking out. There you go. You see it peeking out, and then when we do the dangle, it'll kind of dangle off the side. So you'll get 4 out of each box, so you'll be able to do quite a bit with that. And then let's see. Now these ones, which again are off of the boxes, you can use them as like little side tucks or something. I'm actually just going to make this one into a tag. Now what we're going to do is just cover it with some paper. So whatever kind of paper you want. It can be book page, it can be regular scrapbook paper, it can be a digital. You can kind of layer it up. Book page, anything. Just again, be mindful of the paper color, and make for sure that it's not gonna show through with whatever you use. Alright guys, so I went ahead and covered the front, covered the back, and I did this kind of like light blue kind of cardstock paper, just because when I did the coffee dyed paper, again, it showed through a little bit and I didn't really like that look. So I just did a solid blue, and then this is the pattern paper that we picked out. Now I'm just going to cut my corners. And all this is again, you could use a book page or one of these boxes to make this. It's just a piece of cardboard, and you kind of just cut the shapes. Each corner is a different shape, and then you use it as a tag guide. So then your corners are the same. So just re-ink this up. Okay, and then the back of it, I'm just going to leave plain. I'm not going to do anything to it, just leave it plain. And then the front of it, I thought, let's see, that's too wide. Is that too wide? Let's cut it out and see. I thought about using one of these pages, or one of these little things. And it's just a free printable that I found, just like that. And then I think I'm going to round the corners, maybe even just on the top. Let's see how that looks. Yep, just on the top. And then I'm going to kind of put it in the center a little bit. And then at the bottom, I think I'll probably put like a little piece of lace or something around it. Or maybe actually not a piece of lace. I'll just put like a strip of paper that kind of matches our kit or our journal. Okay, just want to center that a little bit, just like that. Okay. And then let's find a strip of paper. It's going to kind of coordinate. Perfect. Okay. So, just going to glue like right underneath where like the satellites are. Just like that. Just kind of make sure it's even. And again, I'm just going to trim it out afterwards. Right, so just like that. And if I would have thought about it, I would have inked that before I put it down, but that's okay. I'll just ink around the outside edge. Okay, so I know I said I wasn't going to put anything on the back of it, but I kind of like this light little strip of paper kind of just going off to the side like this. So that's what I'm gonna do. And you'll still have plenty of room to journal. And from inking and everything else, I got some like splotches. But I don't even know if you can see that on camera. I actually really don't mind it because a lot of the space themed papers that I'm working with has splotches on it to make it look like stars and galaxies and things like that. So I actually think it ties right into it. So, all right, so there's a tag. So that's another thing, using our boxes. So today we've made the tag, our little tab, which, let's see, our little tab, which is here. And then we've also made, it was not too, there we go, our little flip out with our journaling on the one side and then two little pockets. So I hope you guys enjoyed this, and if you did, please give it a thumbs up, and if you haven't already, please subscribe to my channel. That way you never miss an upload from me, a challenge video, a haul video, or anything else that I put out. And until next time, guys, happy crafting. Bye.